Bash has over 60 different breweries and over 160 different beers. We also feature some local-made foods, Wardinsky, Salen's, Charlie the Butcher, just to name a few.
This is a chance for Buffalo beer lovers to meet their favorite brewers.
Each breakout session will feature a brewer. Mary Wiles from Brooklyn Brewery will be doing a breakout session, as well as Alan Newman from the Just Beer Project will be doing a breakout session, and they'll be giving you the brewer's insider, look under the tent, if you will, at what goes on in the brewing industry.
For a limited number of guests, the Buffalo Brew Bash will give them access to some pretty elite beers.
The VIP experience gives a limited number of people a chance to hang out in Pettibones. It's your own area. You have complimentary food provided by Pettibones, and we have some really hard-to-find beers there, too, that you can't get in the general area.
From meat and habanero pepper infused beers to special flying bison brews, VIPs will also be able to try a few beers crafted strictly for their sampling.
We also have some that are brewed just for us, specifically for this event. Tim Herzog from Flying Bison is brewing something for us. We have something that was brewed by Brooklyn Brewery. Great Lakes is doing a couple of casks for us that are infused with some neat stuff. There's a porter that's infused with habanero peppers, which is going to be a really neat beer too. The VIP area has some really great beers, but that doesn't mean the general admission does not. We have some really hard to find beers there as well.
You might even get to be the first to try beers from your favorite breweries.
A Southern Tier Brewery has been in business in Jamestown for about 14, 15 years. And they'll be launching at our show a new product that they have called Warlock, which is an Imperial Pumpkin Stout. It tastes absolutely wonderful, and that's to complement their Southern Tier Pumpkin, which they launched about a month ago in honor of Halloween.
But be ready, take this advice, because there is a lot to try.
Well, my recommendation is always to start with the lighter, more golden colored lagers and work your way towards the Imperials.
Well, it definitely seems like a very exciting event. So straight from Coca-Cola Field, we're bringing Brad Bisbing to talk a little bit more about the event. Now, I think when people start to think about like a drinking festival where they're sampling different things, it sort of seems like a little bit of a frat party, but this is not the case here. This is a really sophisticated craft brews, and there's also a charitable side to this. So Brad, why don't you tell me a little bit about the charitable aspect
Absolutely,
of this?
absolutely. And you're right, it is about tasting all the great flavors from around the world. But of course, when we do major events at the ballpark, we like to have a charitable component to it. And proceeds of Saturday's event will go to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Western New York. And we'll have lots of games that you can play, a target toss where you can win a consumer's beverage gift certificate. We'll have a barrel toss where we'll have barrels set up in the outfield. You can win cases of beer, more gift certificates, future Bison's tickets, and that. And then the big one is we have a raffle, $10 raffle ticket. The prizes there will be a tour and an overnight stay at the Great Lake Brewery in Cleveland, Ohio, beer for a year, as well as some other amazing prizes.
So it's not only a way to sample some beers that you've never had, but it's also a way to give back. Now, when we're talking about the beer, you know, this is kind of like a wine trail, if you will. You're trying some really sophisticated beers while you walk through Coca-Cola Field, and I hear that you'll have different sections for each kind of beer.
Yeah, you know, we'll have over 60 brewers, over 160 craft beers, lots of sections set up, but we'll have some very special sections. We'll have a California section that features great craft beers only from California, Lageritas, Firestone, beers like that. We'll have a Beers of the World. We have anywhere of 15 different countries represented. And then a really cool section, I think, is we're going to have a breakout section where we're actually going to have special beers and the brewers that make it on hand to answer questions, tell you about the process that went into creating these specific beers.
So next time you go to a restaurant, you order a beer, you can surprise everyone with your information about the beer.
You can be all smart about it, yeah.
All right, again, this is happening the Ballpark Brew Bash. That's Saturday, September 21st from 4 to 8. Now, of course, you will be drinking, so make sure you take the steps not to drink and drive. Leave the keys at home. Find a driver, take a taxi, do everything you can to be safe. Thank you, Brad, for coming in. Right now,